3, 2, 1.
So I'm going to start today with a couple of questions, as I do now and again for you. First one, where do your loyalties lie? Now, I know, yes, maybe friends and family, maybe your work, possibly a TV show or sports team or a rock band. You might have loyalties. Certainly to your life's purpose, you have loyalties. But how loyal are you to your past? Now, I don't mean the promises and the commitments and the contracts and the vows that you've made to others, or the vows that you've made to others, because I presume you're going to keep them. What I'm talking about is the intentional or unintentional sometimes promises, commitments, or vows you have made to things like lack and limitation, whatever they look like in your life, whether it's in your money life, your love life, whether it's about food, sex, your body image, your health, your career, whatever it's about. What kind of loyalties are you keeping? Now, I'm talking about those loyalties to things that in your past no longer serve you now in your present. These loyalties that are holding you back, and you know what they are. You may say, well, I don't know what they are. They're hidden somewhere in my subconscious. You know what they are. You can see it in your experiences. It lessens your happiness. It shrinks your fulfillment in life. You got any of these? I have one or two. I have one or two loyalties that need to go. Now, remember I said intentional or unintentional, because some of these junky ideas may have arisen as a protection mechanism from some sort of trauma. It might have not even been voiced ever. Like I said, it might be in your unconscious, well, it's definitely in your subconscious mind, but it may be unconscious to you in a way that you can voice it, but you can feel it. You can see how something is affecting it. But some of those junk ideas obviously are still there, aren't they? We are in this life to reveal the divinity that is within us, right? That's one of our statements of principles. That's how that statement of principles arose, because we're here to reveal the divinity that is already within us. It's that initial, if not most important, promise that we have as we stepped into this human vehicle in this time and space to seek out happiness and joy, right? That's why we're here, to seek out happiness and be in joy. Now, to be joyful, we're not doing it just for the survival of the species. We're doing it to expand our horizons, to expand the horizons of the universe. The universe is not done. The universe wants to continually expand. And so too, we as a part of the universe, as a drop in the ocean, as that ocean in a drop, we want to expand. Being in joy expands into our experiences of happiness, success, gratitude, appreciation, fulfillment, right? Of course. Where else is it going to expand to? It's going to expand into our experiences. And it's also this idea, this being in joy, as allows us to lessen and even eliminate the time we spend in the effects of or the emotions from negative thoughts, experiences, et cetera, et cetera. That's what joy does. That's why we continue to expand it. Joy is the connection to our divine selves. Joy is the active revelation of our divine selves. Joy is that first step in becoming loyal to your future. We got a couple of quotes from Thomas Troward today. This one is from the Dory Lectures on Mental Science. And he says, My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. We expand by not compressing. We expand by not hindering that joy. We expand by not restricting or contracting spirit in our lives. That's how we expand. I know, yeah, you go out, you learn something, you get more education, you get a better job, you get around people who are maybe wiser, more knowledgeable for you. You do all kinds of things. Oh, come back to me. Oh, there we are. I'm on my phone and somebody actually called me. So it interrupted us for a second. But we expand, like I was saying, we expand by not compressing things in our lives, but by moving through, moving forward, learning. And I don't mean just learning by education and knowledge, but learning in the inside, not in the brain part, or not just in the brain part. We expand by not letting loyalty to our past junk, whatever that is and wherever that is, become a kind of slavery, in fact, in our now thoughts, in our now feelings, in our now beliefs or actions. Again, Thomas Troward, all that hinders the individual from exercising the full power of the infinite for any purpose whatever is their lack of faith, their inability to realize to the full stupendous truth. I love that. The full stupendous truth that they themselves are the very power which they seek. I love that. So what's he talking about? What is this judge from the 1800s talking about? He's talking about a commitment. A commitment. Like the marriage vow. It takes commitment. Like the pledge a police officer or a clergyman or a therapist or any sort of medical professional make. It takes commitment. You don't just say the words. It's a commitment in mind, body, and heart. Especially heart. So what is your level of commitment to your future? Not to me, not to this center, although later on, after the talk, you can show your commitment to the center, or not even to this philosophy, this teaching, but to yourself, to your future. Now, I'm talking to myself here too about one or two things in my life. It's time to get serious. And if I have to look in the mirror sometimes and say, Jay, it's time to get serious, then I do that. And maybe it's time for you to do that. Look in the mirror and say, it's time to get serious. This is not a date. Fun as they are. This is not a one-night stand. This is a lifetime. It's time to get loyal to our future happiness. There's a gentleman named Maurice R. Franks. And he wrote, loyalty cannot be blueprinted. It cannot be produced on an assembly line. In fact, it cannot be manufactured at all, for its origin is in the human heart, right? The human heart, the center of self-respect and human dignity. He goes on to say, it is a force which leaps into being only when conditions are exactly right for it. And by the way, we create those conditions, right? And it is a force, he reminds us, that is very sensitive to betrayal. How many times are you betraying your creation? How many times are you betraying your vow, your commitment, your loyalty to your future? Because only we make those conditions of commitment, and only we can break them. You got to feel it in your heart. If I don't feel it in my heart, it don't last long. If it's just some logical, ooh, wouldn't that be great, kind of hope, wish, beginning of visualization of it, a beginning of seeing it, and it doesn't reach into my heart, it doesn't stay, it doesn't stick. You got to know it in your head too. You got to let your logic and your brain power realize that. Now, sometimes logic gets in the way. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but it still plays a part of it. It's still part of that commitment. You got to feel it. You got to listen for the divine to inform you through your inspiration, which I find in my gut. It comes from your gut, the next steps that you might need to take. You got to use your God positioning system, that connection, that communion with divine spirit, with that loving intelligence coming at you. Like I said, mostly through your gut, your inspiration, that keeps us on the best path, that keeps you on the best path. Don't betray it by allowing yourself to keep to the loyalties of your past junk. Well, I shouldn't point to the sign, but your past junk. Become loyal to your future, not to your past. Again, remember, I'm not talking about contracts and vows and commitments you have made to other people. I'm talking about the ones you make to yourself. And if the junk shows its ugly head, okay, fine, hello. Say hello, take a moment, and then allow the divine GPS to just recalculate the route. Oh, hello, I will step over here and go this way. The God positioning system is very similar to the satellites that we have up in space for our mapping programs. It is that beacon, that lighthouse that we are the human ways program. And we use that lighthouse, that divine lighthouse, to calculate or recalculate our latitude and longitude through life. But it takes commitment, it takes loyalty, it takes commitment and loyalty to your spiritual practice, as well as your desires and your declarations, what you want to reveal in your life. But when we keep the signal clear, when we follow the divine's directions, heed the divine's navigation, then the best ideas and the best questions and the best allies and actions, they start showing up. Boom, 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 boom. The best journeys to the greatest destinations, they start showing up. Even when things get in the way, even when this idea worked and I had it all set, and then something happened and they said, no, we can't keep that commitment. Okay, well, I'm going to freak out for a second, and then I'm going to go, okay, well, now what do I do? See ya, thanks for, and it's kind of a drag. I got to take time to find a new this, that, or the other. And here I go, and there you go. And I found it, and you know what? It's better. That representative, that store, that person was fine, but not the perfect one. So the divine, the God positioning system said, that's not the perfect way. Here's the shortest way. Here's the best way over here, and brings you there. Your allowance to go, that sucks. Now I got to take a little more time. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Here I am over here. It's faster. It's better. Sometimes it shows up in the most unlikely turn. Sometimes, like I was explaining, you got to climb up a proverbial hill. But it doesn't have to. We don't want to expect a pushback, but if it does, if it shows up, sometimes those old loyalties make it show up. And if they do, then you can just declare your commitment. Now, you don't have to lie, cheat, or steal, or kill like Scarlett O'Hara just vowed to. So you could never be hungry again. You don't need to lie, steal, cheat, or kill like Scarlett O'Hara vowed to, so you can fulfill your passions, your purpose, your desires, to find love, to find success, to bring more health into your life or peace of mind into your life. But you must declare it. And even if you have to go up a proverbial hill like Scarlett O'Hara did to declare it, you have to know, you have to say, you have to believe in your heart, as God is your witness, as God is your strength, your foundation, you shall be loyal to your future. The future must be expressed now, and now, and now, and now, all of your nows from this moment on. It doesn't be, I know I'm being very intense here, and it doesn't have to be that intense on an outward way, but it has to be that intense in the intentional way, the purposeful way, the declaratory way in your heart. It's been said probably from that guy Anonymous, respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, but loyalty is returned. The universal law of manifest reciprocity, the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it, it returns it. It returns that loyalty. It returns that commitment as you continue to be loyal, as you continue to have commitment to your future, to your now and your now and your now and all of your nows, by consciously and consistently committing to a life of joy. And in that life of joy, you find happiness in your life. You find success and health and love and gratitude and fulfillment. But consciously and consistently creating a habit of joy. And in this creation of a habit of joy, the habit of that connection and communion with your highest self, then happiness, success, then health and great ideas, then courage and love, then those actionable moments start stepping up. That gratitude becomes full. That appreciation becomes a part of your life. But by pausing and listening in the silence, which you have to do sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, taking the time to be still, grabbing the opportunity to experience this love, this wisdom, this power, this presence that is within you, you will create this habit, this loyalty to joy, and thus happiness, success, etc., coming into your life, whatever it is that you desire, that you're declaring, that you are allowing to reveal. With a commitment and a habit of joy, all will show up. You shall see, you shall experience, not just see, you shall experience that loyalty returned to you by the universal law. It doesn't have a choice. That's what it does. And you shall not only hear the yes from the universe, you'll live it. Let us start being loyal to our future here and now. No excuses, no justifications, and especially no reasons not to. Because I know every one of you, just like me, can come up with those excuses, justifications, and reasons. We got to throw logic to the wind sometimes. Many times, in fact, because that logic is the one that comes up with the excuses and the justifications and the reasons. We got to toss the shoulda, woulda, couldas, all that past junk ideas, all that, oh, if I would have, and if I'd gone to college, if I'd, out the door. And take that word maybe, get it out of your vocabulary. No maybe. There's no maybes. Invite as many ideas as possible. Doodle, wander, brainstorm. Don't be afraid of trial and error. You know, there's a Japanese proverb that says, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Great for those looking for a new job. Great for those performers looking for a new gig. Working on getting a new gig. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Or observe, just go out there and observe the world around you and travel. Even if it's not physically traveling in mind, body, spirit. There's a saying that the better traveled you are, the more art you take in, the more fun you have, the more people you meet, the more senses you assault in a good way, the more your mind will work and the more ideas you will have. That's what traveling, either physically or mentally or spiritually, will bring to you. And of course, take a listening break. You got to take a listening break in prayer, meditation, contemplation. I was reminded when I was putting this together that Einstein would play the violin as a meditative process to inspire his ideas to loosen up, to get out there. When he had and this is for a mathematical problem, he would go into his art, which created a meditative moment for him, which opened himself, which expanded his mind to reveal all those wonderful things he revealed about our universe and how it works. You just want to visualize, imaginize, crystallize, energize, and harmonize, so then you can prioritize and emphasize and maximize and then galvanize these ideas so you can synchronize them and verbalize it all to the universe, and thus materialize it into your life, into your greatest life. Let's do that right now together, right here, right now. Let's rise up, get the hell up, expand yourself, open yourself up, take that Wonder Woman stance, step into your determination mode. And Steve's going to bring an affirmation up, and say this with me right here now. Here we go. I commit to a life of joy, love, grace, gratitude, and wisdom. Listening, learning, and taking action right here and now. Loyal to myself, loyal to my passion, loyal to the truth, loyal to my future of nows. I shall never be hungry for fulfillment again. Say it again. Say it proud like you're Scarlett O'Hara on that hill above Tara. I shall never be hungry for fulfillment again. My friends, you have the power. You are the power. What do I say every Sunday morning before the service actually gets into starting? I say you have an irresistible, you have it, but you are it. You are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything that you desire. It takes commitment. So let's now expand our commitment to becoming loyal to our future in mind, body, spirit, heart, and action. Take a stand as God is your witness, as God is not only your witness, but your support, your foundation, your idea creator, your partner, always there with love, always there with wisdom, always there in truth. You are the God of your life. So commit and become loyal to your future today. Thank you so much. Namaste.